Hey guys, Grady's mom here, and today I wanted to do a sit-down style video about my cleaning routine. And I've been asked to do this video a few times, actually probably more than a few times, but I just haven't gotten to it. So today I had some time. Grady is at school, so I'm going to do a cleaning routine video. Now my cleaning routine has changed a few times, I would say, since I got married, which was over 7 years ago. We used to clean every weekend. My husband and I would either clean Saturday or Sunday, one of those 2 days. We would do our whole, the whole house. Laundry, you know, changing the sheets, the linens, dusting, vacuuming, and all of that. And recently, and I mean in the past month, I have found what works better for me is to clean on Fridays. I was finding that, especially now that Grady is getting older and, you know, more active, that on the weekends I really don't want to spend time cleaning my whole house and doing all my laundry and all of that. I want to just spend time with Grady and my husband, since my husband is off on the weekends. So I have since switched my cleaning routine to Friday. Pretty much what I do is every day of the week, so 7 days of the week, I will check our hampers, just meaning my and my husband's hamper and then Grady's hamper. And if I find that those two hampers compile together equals more than one full hamper, if that makes sense, I will throw a load in. Usually it does. For some reason, even with just the three of us, we end up filling up about a hamper a day, somehow, some way. So usually every day, or I would say every other day, I do at least one load of laundry. So let's call it, again, every day or every other day, one load of laundry. So that's something that I do every day, or again, every other day. Another thing that I do every day is just general upkeep, which that to me means if the living room behind me is full of toys, or the playroom upstairs is toys all over the floor, or there's, you know, dirty clothes on my bedroom floor, or just things that are just sort of sitting somewhere on the floor or on the counters where they shouldn't be. That to me is just general upkeep, pick up kind of things. So every day I will just pick up the things that are on the floor, or, you know, pick up any dirty clothes that need to go in the hamper, just basic. That's sort of my basic everyday pickup routine. I don't do any vacuuming or dusting or anything like that until, again, Friday, when I clean my whole house. Another thing I do every day is, obviously, I keep up with my dishes. Nobody likes a sink full of dishes. So every day I make sure to put all the dishes in the sink in the dishwasher, or if there's dishes in the sink that can't go in the dishwasher, I make sure to just hand wash them. I like my sink to be clean at all times, you know, if possible. And I really like to go to bed at night without a sink full of dishes to wake up to in the morning. So aside from the laundry, the general, like I said, the picking up of toys or things on the floor, and the dishes and the dishwasher routine, that is what I do daily. And it's really very simple. It takes no more than, I would say, a half an hour for all of those things every day, between just throwing some dishes in the dishwasher, throwing some clothes in the laundry and then in the dryer, and just picking up toys. So really that's very minor. Friday, when my son goes to school, he's in school 3.5 hours Monday through Friday. So after driving times, meaning dropping off and picking him up, I have a solid 3 hours Monday through Friday, unless he's getting out of school early for some reason, to do things. So Friday I have dedicated now towards dropping my son off at school, coming immediately home. I don't schedule plans or errands. I just come immediately home and I start cleaning my house. And I start upstairs and work my way down. And what I do is very just basic. Upstairs, our floors are all carpet except the bathrooms and the laundry room, which are tile. So I just start in the back, one end of the house, and kind of work my way to the other end rather than jumping from room to room. So all I do is just dust and vacuum my guest bedroom, which really doesn't get much use, but I like to still keep up with it. I dust and vacuum my son's room and just make sure everything is organized. I dust my bedroom. I clean all the glass, like things like TVs. I Windex the TVs. I Windex, you know, any mirrors or anything like that, and then vacuum. and then I change the sheets, you know, things like that. So everything is, again, done Friday. So all I really have to do Saturday or Sunday is just my grocery shopping and my meal planning for the week, and then just finishing up any extra laundry so that Monday, I can usually go to Monday with no real amount of laundry to do. Now, as far as, like I said, my cleaning on Friday, I don't go crazy. I don't wash the walls and scrub the ceilings. Again, it's just dusting, vacuuming, you know, cleaning, obviously, the bathroom. My husband usually does the bathroom, so I will give my husband that. My husband's chores, if you will, are he does the bathrooms, which we have 3, and he does that on the weekend because he's obviously working during the week. So he does the bathrooms on the weekend, and he also does the cat's, you know, litter box, scooping her box, changing the litter, and all of that. Other than that, he just does yard work. You know, now we're into fall, so there really isn't much yard work, but he is the yard work person, the landscaping person. We're going to have a garden, so that's going to keep him busy in the spring, summer, and fall. Right now we don't have one because we just moved in. So my husband does the bathrooms, the cat litter, and the yard work. So I, yes, do more of the domestic stuff, laundry, cooking, meal planning, shopping, cleaning, and I don't mind. That's what I love to do. Since I don't work, I consider those my jobs. And I really love sort of that 50s housewife mentality of, you know, keeping a clean house and having some, you know, kind of a meal on the table. That's just what I like, you know. I love, you know, living this, you know, stay-at-home mom life because I really get to keep up with all of the things that I wouldn't have been able to do if I were working. So that is pretty much my general basic cleaning routine. Downstairs here in the room that we're in, it's the same thing sort of as upstairs, with the exception of the fact that much of this space is hardwood. So I just, you know, clean off all my countertops. I use a Method all-purpose cleaner. I clean off all my countertops and wipe them down, all my appliances. Once a month I will do Murphy's oil on my wood cabinets. So I've really only done that once so far because we've only lived here just under a month. So once a month I will Murphy oil all my wood cabinets and kind of shine them up and clean them. I will vacuum and dust all my, you know, furniture and things like that. Any carpet will get vacuumed. And then in my hardwood floors, what I do is we have a Dyson vacuum, and I will use the non-carpet setting to pick up any loose debris or anything like that on the floor. And then I will use my my hardwood floor mop for the hardwood. And another reason I find it easier to do all of this on Friday is because nobody's here. My husband's at work, my son is at school, so I'm not cleaning around anybody. So that's why it really just works for me. And then I feel nice having, you know, waking up Saturday, going into the weekend, having the whole house clean, and all I really have to do is just a little bit of laundry. So that's what works for me. If you think that would be an option for you to avoid that dreaded weekend cleaning, then by all means try it. Some people that doesn't work for. Some people have to clean on the weekend. Some people have to clean a particular day of the week based on everybody's schedule. So that is just what is working for me. So definitely comment down below and let me know if you guys have a set day that you clean, or if you just kind of clean as you go every day. Some people clean a little bit every day. Some people clean a specific room, like every Monday will be the kitchen, every Tuesday will be the bedroom, and so on and so forth. So I'm definitely curious to see what your cleaning regimen is, and you know, if you have a certain day or why, or if you have, you know, certain things that you split up with your husband, or even if your kids help. Definitely comment down below and let me know. Thumbs up if you would like to see more sit-down style videos like this from me about different topics. I really love doing them, and I hope that I can give some good advice and insight on what works for us. So I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.